In today's world, where distractions are endless and stress is a constant companion, the pursuit of inner peace has become more important than ever. Information overload, social pressures, and the fast pace of life leave many feeling trapped in a cycle of anxiety and overthinking. But what if the key to peace has been within us all along? What if, instead of trying to force control over our thoughts, we learn to navigate them with wisdom? This is the journey of a young man named Li Wei, who sought the wisdom of a Zen master to tame his restless mind. Deep in a secluded valley, surrounded by towering mountains, lived Master Chong, a monk known for his profound wisdom and unshakable inner peace. People from distant lands traveled to seek his guidance, hoping to learn the secret to a tranquil mind. One day, a troubled young man named Li Wei arrived at the monastery. His mind was restless, tormented by regrets of the past and fears of the future. No matter how hard he tried, he could not escape the storm of thoughts that clouded his clarity. Desperate for answers, he bowed before Master Chong and asked, "Master, how do you control your mind and find peace in such a chaotic world?" Master Chong smiled gently and motioned for Li Wei to sit beneath a large oak tree. "The mind is like the wind," he said. "You cannot catch it, nor can you stop it from blowing, but you can learn to understand it." He continued, "Some winds are gentle and refreshing, while others are fierce and destructive. But no matter their nature, they always pass. The secret to inner peace is to observe them without attachment, just as a traveler watches the wind move through a valley." Li Wei listened intently, but remained skeptical. "Master, how can I become this silent observer? My thoughts never stop, and I feel overwhelmed." Master Chong nodded knowingly. "Start with your breath," he said. "When you breathe in, be fully aware of it. When you breathe out, be equally present. Let your breath become an anchor that keeps you in the present moment." The monk then demonstrated slow, deep breaths, and Li Wei followed his example. With each inhale and exhale, a subtle change began to occur. The noise in his mind softened. The chaos settled into silence. "Now," Master Chong instructed, "watch your thoughts as they come and go, just like the wind passing through this valley. Do not chase them, and do not resist them. Simply observe." As they sat in stillness, Li Wei began to notice his thoughts drifting away. The weight that had burdened his mind for so long started to lighten. Master Chong then led Li Wei to a small pond. The water was still and clear, perfectly reflecting the sky above. "Look into the pond," the master said. "What do you see?" Li Wei peered into the water. "I see my reflection," he replied. The master then threw a small stone into the pond, creating ripples that distorted the reflection. "Now, what do you see?" he asked. Li Wei frowned. "My reflection is unclear." "Exactly," Master Chong explained. "Your mind is like this pond. When disturbed, it distorts your perception of reality. But when calm, it reflects the truth clearly. The key to mastering your mind is not to fight the ripples, but to let the water settle on its own." At that moment, Li Wei understood. His struggle to control his mind was, in itself, the source of his suffering. True peace was not about suppressing thoughts, but about allowing them to rise and fall without resistance. Over the following weeks, Li Wei practiced mindfulness under Master Chong's guidance. Through patience and persistence, he discovered moments of deep stillness and clarity. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, he sat beside his teacher with tears in his eyes. "Master, I finally understand. Peace is not something to be achieved. It is something to be embraced. The more I try to control my mind, the more restless it becomes. But when I accept my thoughts and let them flow naturally, tranquility follows."